sometimes you can see the other side of the lake. And so I'll be checking out for a little bit.
He can be a little busy on Wednesday.
Yeah. We're gonna find out if we're gonna have a new son or daughter.
Another mini legend in the family. So.
That we will.
For Team Boy, I don't let us know. What do you think? But
yeah, extra cold and windy.
It's gonna be one of those days. Shack out here, set up and everything. I'd get in there and turn the heat up. It's amazing how much has changed in a day and a half. Thing we've been saying. I know everyone's probably like, geez, why are they? Can't really gauge it off of what you see that far offshore because it can change. So I mean, it's just. I'm not saying it's all up onto you. Hey, by this weekend with as cold as it's gonna be.
What is going on, YouTube?
It's a blizzard!
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
Definitely cold.
Yeah, it's rough out here, boys and girls. Woo!
Yeah. There won't be any drone footage today. Sorry about that. But we can't lose another drone. So
no, we're not making a whole lot of money this season so far, so yeah, we don't want to do that again.
Yeah, we got gusts up to 38 miles an hour, and this afternoon's supposed to get even worse.
It's beautiful out here.
We came up to Fairmont just to see what's going on, let you guys know, because we said we would be here Friday. We made it.
We're here.
Hopefully we make it back home.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is windy and everything, but once again, kind of snowing right now a little bit, but
yeah.
They didn't get as much snow again as they were saying, so it's not so bad. We got quite a bit of snow on the lake, so it's drifting up pretty good. But seems to be a lot better ice than what we had on Wednesday, so we definitely did gain some.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how much, and if it hardened up. I mean, with as cold as it is, it ought to be making her pretty fast, hopefully.
Yep. We're standing in the same spot that we were on Wednesday. And we had to walk through probably a foot and a half snow drift.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some hidden gem drifts out on the lake for sure, because the wind's not supposed to stop until Tuesday.
Yeah, I'd say it's supposed to be about 20 mile an hour guarantees all weekend and stuff, but
yeah.
I mean, that's up to you on what you can control and handle, but we'll see what we got for ice here to see if it's even going to be worth the trip, but we'll see.
Definitely.
I'll get a hole drilled.
We'll get a hole drilled here.
Whoa! That's what I like.
Oh boy, that might be 4.5 inches.
That's pretty good.
Oh man, I gotta kneel down here and get out of some of this wind. Good Lord.
Wow. Look at that. We got almost 6 there.
Almost 6.
That's pretty good. Now, we're not that far out, so keep that in mind.
No, we're only about, I don't know, 45, 50 yards offshore.
Yeah, we're not far out offshore, but that's good to see on this side.
Just shy of 6 inches.
Yeah, I'd say, 5.5 would be, I mean, just to say, be a little safer on that. We like to kind of, but 5.5, that's good. That's good. It's not really, we're not cracking, none of that stuff. Woo! It is cold.
I gotta get my fingers covered back up. Good Lord.
It is cold out here. What do we got? -18, -20 with the wind. I think it's actually 8 degrees above zero, technically, maybe 6.
Yeah.
It's brutal out here.
Oh,
but
it is. It is.
She's making ice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Which, as cold as it's been, normally you get about an inch a night.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't been here in 2 nights, so that's pretty dang close.
Pretty close. I mean, I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting it to gain quite that much, but it was cold yesterday, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's really cold now.
It is very cold now. It is not fun walking north.
I'd like to, walking north rough, but
oh my gosh.
I think we'll walk out a little further here and see what we got further out, just to be sure. Like I said, it's hard to tell, and we're not that far offshore, so we got good ice closer to shore, a little shallower water. We'll see what we got a little further out. Do some more spudding and see how far out we can get.
Let's go walking. I'll show them how it is going north.
Oh boy, here we go. Go ahead with the spud bar. I'll get behind you.
I better hook this on my hand.
Yeah, don't lose it.
I'm gonna lose feeling and won't know if it's in my hand or not.
Woo! Jesus. Winter is here, my friend.
Oh man. I should have brought a gator.
Yeah.
Neck gator. My beard's not cutting it. Woo.
There's that crack right here.
Yep. We'll see. Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
We're good there still. There's some funky looking ice over here. Well, that's. Woo!
That crack, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa!
There we go.
What was that?
There's a change. Well, it's not bad.
Not horrible.
Well,
Definitely a pressure crack.
wow.
God, I
Can't feel my face. If
gotta turn around.
if I slur my words, I haven't been drinking this morning, I promise.
Yeah.
It's just a little chilly out here.
Mouths are a little froze. I think my mustache is gonna freeze to my beard and I'll only be able to move my lips.
You know, we can't go to work and stuff like this, but we sure can get out and go fishing. What? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, of course. No, that's how it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, all right. So we got
Well,
a spot. We don't have snow here.
turn
We're
this
quite
around.
a little further out, a little deeper water, hopefully. Woohoo! She's froze.
Oh yeah, that's how cold it is.
It's froze. Might not even get her done. There we go.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like. Wow, that's real good right there where there's no snow. That's
Well, we're probably close to 100 yards offshore now.
tape measure froze. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Everything's frozen.
5 inches. That's my guess. Oh man, I'm facing north.
Well, you're pretty darn good because that's about right. I'd say 5 exactly.
Yep.
Safe side there, but that's really good. Look at that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Look at that stuff. Now that's where there's obviously no snow. We got 5. You know, in the other spots, you just never know. I mean, with this snow and stuff, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. That's just the main thing is, you know, we're showing you what we got here, but things can change in spots that you normally go to. You know, that's what we got this far out, but that doesn't mean it's in the middle. It's that good. There's been some cracks. That's why we got the drones footage and whatnot to kind of remember where those were before we got all the snow.
Yeah.
Things like that you got to keep in mind. I would recommend not going out by yourself. Bring a buddy.
Definitely bring a buddy. Even if it wasn't because of thin ice.
Yeah.
As cold as it's going to be this weekend,
Yeah.
you got to be prepared.
You know,
have hand warmers with you, extra clothes, layer up, have a buddy with you, and let people know where you're going, what time you're estimated to be back, or how long you're going to be fishing. Because with these temps we're going to have this weekend, you don't have much time. If you're stuck in it, if your body gets cold, if you find thin ice, I mean, I don't even want to go there. So
No, and we
just be safe.
We were set to get started with our trips this weekend, and you know the ice is showing that we maybe could, but we decided to reschedule everything just because of what the weather was, and we're not going to be able to have our machines out where we have something that's warm all the time, and it just wasn't worth the risk. So we decided to reschedule, and thankfully we were able to get everyone rescheduled for another date. But now it's looking like once the wind dies down and things get back to normal, that next week we should be good to go with getting out here and finding good ice and be a little more consistent on what we have. But I mean, this was the best spot we had Wednesday. We'll see what we have in the other spots to see if that's changed this much, and fingers crossed anyways.
Fingers crossed for sure.
Things are looking better, and with the cold the way it's going to be over the weekend, it's going to be making ice. So we may have 7-8 inches plus by next week.
We might.
Maybe.
We might.
So it's positive vibes, crappy weather, but that's good. The snow's not really, now it's not sagging like it was, it's getting more firm.
Yeah.
That's good. It's definitely much better than what it was. So that's good.
Definitely.
Whew. Well, we might just blow back to the truck here.
It won't take much going back, and it'll be a lot warmer than coming out here.
I can kind of feel my hands still, but not really.
Holy cow.
Wow, this is crazy.
I'm sure you can't see it on video, but I'm leaning backwards so I don't face plant it.
They said at 10 o'clock the wind was going to pick up, and they were right on that one. Wow, this is cool. Winter is here.
Yeah, you're so punny. This is cool. No, it's cold.
Okay, cold.
It's cold. It is definitely cold.
It is making ice, ladies and gentlemen. It is making ice. So we're good to see that.
Yeah.
Positive vibes. You know, this weekend we'll see what we got in the other spots, but if you can bear the cold and want to get out, might be a good weekend to get out and give it a try. Maybe.
yeah, maybe.
We're probably not going to do much fishing this weekend with the temps the way they are. And
no.
Going to stay home and wait, but
yeah,
that's totally up to you guys.
Yep. And as soon as the wind dies down enough to where we can get the drone up in the air, we will be back here checking everything out over thoroughly so that you guys know where bad spots are, where it's, you know, kind of safe. Nothing's ever really safe, but you know, safer than other areas.
Well, we kind of know the paths everybody takes early ice and where they like to go on bud, you know, things like that. So we're going to try to have an area that we know, you know, we'll spud all the way out and kind of have an area that we think is good, you know, things like that. Just help you feel a little better and kind of help us feel a little better, because we want everybody to be safe. You know, we don't want anything bad happening. That's the main goal. You know, everybody's excited, and I know everybody's waiting. It's been a long wait to finally have some fishable ice, and I know everybody's excited, but we just don't want anybody to rush and have anything bad to happen. So that's why we've been very thorough with what we're doing out here, just to give you an idea and not go 10 feet offshore and say we got 5 inches ice on the whole lake, because that's not the case. You know, you might, it's going to still vary in spots, and there could be some spots that might be scary, so you got to keep that in mind.
Well, enough chatter.
Yeah, we're gonna
go check other spots, because I gotta warm up. This is, oh my gosh. All right, we'll run over. Yeah, we'll run over to the channel in. It might take a couple minutes. We're gonna warm up, and then we'll be back to you. We'll keep going.
We're going. We got this.
All right, over at the channel in, we have a wind break.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's as bad.
Beard's not frozen anymore.
Oh, I had to put
this
better
is a lot
gloves
nicer.
On. Got my mittens out. My hands got a little cold out there.
Yeah.
A little more, a little wool. Got to have the wool insulated gloves on today.
Yeah. But we're not going to make the mistake of not spudding today.
Yeah, no, we're going to check it. It looks better, but looks can be deceiving. You know, one thing that I didn't realize, like the spud bar that we have here is really heavy, solid. And then the spud bar that I have is you know, one of the breakdown ones that comes apart in the middle. Didn't realize how much lighter that bar is than that one. I didn't know there was that big of a variation in spud bars. So, you know, sometimes if you're spudding out with a lighter bar, you know, it's not going to bust through as good as the heavier one. So keep that in mind with that, because you know, until I grabbed a hold of that one and about fell over because it was that much heavier than my bar. You know, keep that in mind when you see people spudding out, because maybe they don't have a heavier one, or you know, different variations. I honestly didn't realize that they did that with spud bars. Kind of figured they'd want them all to be heavier, but the ones that come apart, you know, it's not as heavy as that one, so it won't break through as easy, and maybe give you a bad idea of how thick the ice is, make you think it's safer than what it actually is.
Well, and that's why, you know, I mean, you need to get familiar with your spud bar just because of that variation. Maybe we'll do a little different thing, how many hits it takes with this one versus your hollow tubed one.
Well,
and I mean, no per hit, you know, on an average strike to the ice, how much ice your spud bar is going through. Then you know, okay, so with my heavy one, 2 hits and the third one go through, that 9 times out of 10, that's gonna tell me I have 3 inches of ice. That's just, I've done this spud bar so much, that's what it is for mine. And I grabbed his hollow one.
Yeah. That one on
and I hit it 4 times, and it went. I was gonna say it went through on the next hit, but there was only 3 inches of ice. I was like, geez. Well, whether it's dull, it's lighter, there's not as much force.
It's bent a little bit.
And I don't, yeah.
I don't know how that happened. It's not much of a pry bar, so don't try that. Doesn't work very good.
I mean, you don't want to completely wear yourself out where you're just hitting real hard. So that's why I kind of got a little bit bigger one, so I can just, you know, give it a nice shove into the ice, and I know how much I'm going through. But anyways, I'll walk out a little bit farther because I had probably 3 inches right there. That's pretty good yet. Okay, that sounded a little different.
Yeah, pretty good.
No, that's still pretty good.
Yeah. As you can't see which way you're facing, but as we look further out there, we can kind of see some. Okay, yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's a different variation there.
We got a little shallower now.
Yep.
So, I'll spin you around. We'll drill a hole right here. We're probably 20 yards offshore.
Yeah, we're not very far out, so. Ooh, baby. Doesn't look bad.
No.
I can actually take my glove off out here and not freeze my hand off. Because we don't have the wind like we did, because it's kind of nice. I wouldn't mind fishing over here if a guy could. It ain't bad.
Yeah.
There, I'm hooked on the ice there, and we're probably 4.5.
4.5.
4.5, yeah, I'd say 4.5. So that's much better than the last time. Granted, we're not very far out, so it's going to change the further out you can get. And if you look out from the lake, you can kind of see when he spins around, you can kind of see the dark spots and definitely cracks. You know, things that we've seen with the drone. Those areas right there, I would guess those are thinner. You can kind of see why they're staying open. Everything else is covered in snow and those aren't. So that's what you're looking for. You know, you can see that spot right over there, same thing. Stuff like that is definitely stay away from it or be very cautious by it for sure. Yeah. As we, you know, our Wednesday video, you could see all the open water we had out here from the drone, and you know, point to point was open. Our visibility isn't very good, so we can't see that far today, so I don't know if any of that's hardened up yet or not, and we can't get the drone up to see, but yeah, you know, we'll give you another report once the weather gets better, and like I said, we'll kind of circle those spots so you kind of have an idea of where they were and what was going on out there, so you have that in your head, and you know, be mindful of what's going on. I don't know, you might be able to get out off the beach there, you know, on Hall and get out into that deeper water, maybe. I don't know.
Well, and that the dark line
kind of goes
where there's
that way.
A crack, it's probably, I don't know, 80, 100 yards offshore. So right at that depth where it starts to get, you know, deeper into the,
I think we're going to see
16, 18 foot.
You know, you think you're going to see, you know, 2.5 inches ice and that deeper, if not less. You know, just because of how things have been. I know, obviously, these were the best spots we had closer to the shore, and those are gaining, and those probably gain too, but those ones are going to be a little sketchier, and that snow just really messes it all up for seeing what's going on. It makes it a lot harder to find, you know, the bad spots. The only thing I can say is the ice has firmed up quite a bit. It's not as soft. Doesn't feel like it's sagging as much as it was on Wednesday.
No, not as much. It's got more strength. That's
great that's going on. So it's definitely making you feel better, but once again, you still got to be cautious.
Yeah, for sure. Well, water treatment plant?
I think so. Let's go check her out.
All right, we'll see you in a minute. Definitely more windy on the treatment plant side.
Not as bad as at the beach though over there.
No. Oh my gosh, that was horrible.
Well, of course, now we're getting out here further. It's hard to hit it.
Yeah.
Well, here's where we were.
Doesn't feel too bad. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's where we chunked that piece up.
Chunk out there.
That's feeling good. I know one good solid hit. I can walk slow anyways. We can.
Good clear ice right here. There we go. Oh wow, there we go.
That was 4 hits, right?
I'd say that was 4.
5, 6.
Really good.
Dang.
Look at that.
She's
That's good.
There might be 6 inches here.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow. That's where we were, you know, just on Wednesday, and we just didn't like what we saw Wednesday. It's amazing how much has changed in a day and a half, roughly. I mean, just one day at cold temps, and we went from 2.5, maybe 3 to possibly double that, which, wow.
Might have.
Maybe.
Well, then again, I did just hit where there's no snow.
Yeah, there's no snow there.
Let's be fair. I'll walk over here. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. So there you go. That's what we've been talking about.
3 hits there.
Kind of why we've been saying to be cautious, because that there might be 6 inches with no snow on it, but that snow has really done a lot of.
Clear a spot off here. Let's drill a hole here, and we'll drill a hole there.
All right. Wow! Well, fell over.
Careful.
Wow. Well, went for a ride.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like 6 inches to me.
Nope.
And that's,
We're probably 16 foot, 18 foot from the
we're not far off
open area of ice.
No, that's about, I'd say 3.5 is what that is. I know you're seeing 4 under the water line, but 3.5.
3 inches. So 3 hits got me through, 2 got me to see water.
So that tells you kind of how much it varies with the snow, and that's why we've been very adamant on that, is to make sure that you don't just come out here and barrel out because you seen somebody out here. Yeah, you might have 6 inches here, but like we found on Wednesday, we had 3 inches one spot, and then there was 1.5 inches or less in another that we found. So it's just kind of varies that much.
Well, let's drill a hole over there, see what that's like, and we'll go up to Sisseton and check that out.
That's much better there. That's really good there.
Yeah, spin that water off the blade so she keeps cutting.
Yeah, you gotta do that. Yeah, that is definitely more than 3. What we just had, I mean, we're what? That's not even.
Yeah, it's like 18 foot apart.
Yeah, so we're not even that. That's a good 5.5 for sure.
5.5. 5 3/4.
Yeah, I mean, that is just crazy on that, and there's no snow here. Yeah. That's what we've been talking about, and that's the main thing we've been saying. I know everyone's probably like, geez, why are they, I seen somebody out on the ice, or somebody was out there fishing, but that's why we're being so critical on this, because it is, there's safe spots, yes, but it is not like that in every spot.
It varies so much.
You have to be on your toes, and, once again, we're not even that far out.
No, we're probably, I don't know, 40, 50 yards offshore, if that.
You can't really gauge it off of what you see that far offshore, because it can change, in an instant, just from there to, like I said, 10 feet.
Yeah.
You go from 6 or 5.5 here to, barely 3 over there. So, I mean, it's just, I'm not saying it's all up onto you what you want to do, but you just have to be careful and be smart about what you're doing and where you're going. Spud out one way, make sure you go back the same way. Don't be venturing out and just running around, or, things like that. You just have to be careful. Be very careful. But positively, we're gaining ice.
Yes, we are. Yes,
we are gaining ice. I mean, like we said, we didn't feel it was safe enough to bring people out this weekend. No big deal, but it's gaining ice every day. By this weekend, with as cold as it's going to be and the winds, I mean, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. I like it. Maybe we'll have some time to come out in those frigid temps to go fishing. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
We'll see how bad the wind gets.
Yeah.
It is definitely. It's already picked up since we've got to town.
Yeah, and this is
for sure.
We got a little bit of a wind block there. Yep. So that's helping, because boy, on the park there, holy crap, that was interesting.
That was brutal. That was
crazy stuff for sure.
Yeah.
But
we'll get up to Sisseton and check that out.
You bet. Well, the goose.
Woo.
Can't see them from here, but there is still geese out there.
Yeah. The hole has gotten a lot smaller. I don't know if you can see it at all.
It has. That's good.
But there's still geese there.
Wow. I didn't put my hood up. Big mistake.
Ooh, that was slick.
Yeah, Yeah, it's slippery out here, but
feels pretty good.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, that stopped me. Woo!
Hopefully
Okay.
you heard that. A little more pressure over here apparently on the ice, a
Yeah.
little more snow.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of snow. There isn't.
Oh boy. That cracked for a long ways.
There isn't many spots out here that don't have snow on it. There's a few dark spots you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gave her a good pop. Whew.
I'm guessing that's probably the 3.5 maybe.
Whoa, baby. Come on. You don't want to put a ton of weight on it so you don't fall on your face. Well,
Yeah.
oh, that's a bait puck. That's not a tape measure. I don't think that we got. Well, it's not. About three on the money.
Yep.
Right on the water line there, kind of hooked on there, but yeah. Right at 3 inches there, and we're not very far out.
No, maybe 20 yards offshore.
Yeah, we are not very far out here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's solid, definitely solid. That's good. But
I gotta put my back to the wind again.
woo! Gonna have frosty beards now again.
Yeah. Oh. Well, come on over here, then we don't have to look in it.
But I think the snow's pretty well. I mean, it's kind of a little bit here and there, flurrying, obviously hard to tell, but
Yeah.
I don't know how much more we're gonna get, if we're gonna get a ton more. I don't think so. So, I mean, really, things are, for this weekend with that and the cold temps, as long as the snow doesn't get any more than this, it's gonna make a lot of ice. A lot of ice.
It definitely should. Sure is blowing. Sometimes you can see the other side of the lake and sometimes you can't.
Yeah, right now you can see the geese. You can see them moving out there.
Yeah.
But a little bit ago we couldn't see them at all.
Hopefully we make it back.
It's a good thing we didn't get 6 foot of snow or whatever the heck they,
Yeah.
you know, well, I don't know, 0 to 78 inches, I think is the prediction most times. It's quite comical, I know, but
Oh gosh.
it's interesting on that.
That's weatherman stuff though.
I know, I should have done it. I was very interested in meteorology as a kid, but darn it anyways. I like this a lot better though.
Yeah, for sure.
The geese think we're funny.
Oh boy. They're talking it up over there. They're probably yelling at me, don't you send that drone over this way anymore. Don't worry, it's too windy today. You're not flying, neither am I.
No, it's a good sight to see what we're seeing though from Wednesday, and
Yeah.
really happy with what we're seeing. I'm not, caution is the main thing. I'm not going to tell you not to try it or, that kind of thing. Obviously Wednesday I didn't really feel like, or we both didn't feel like it was even worth it. I mean, some people did, but that's just why you got to pay attention to what's going on. Just because you see somebody out there, you still got to check, and just now him walking and, everything was good, and then bam, crack, bang, boom, and here we are on 3 inches ice. So, and it could change to less. When you got 3 in a good spot, it may get down to 1.5 inches or less in some spots. So.
Well, and even, I mean, if there was no snow and 3 inches, that wouldn't have cracked and I'd feel safer off.
Yeah, that's the snow.
With how much snow is on the lake,
pressure.
It changes a lot.
Pressure, definitely a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed. Was hoping to do some sight fishing this winter, the way the ice was and how clear the water was, but it's gonna be a little tougher.
A little bit. Might be able to do it on the sunny days.
Maybe.
Find a couple, maybe patches of ice where you can get the sun coming through.
Man, we got to do that a couple years ago, and that was so much fun. Sitting on top of 8 inches of clear ice and looking down and being in 12 foot of water and looking down and seeing fish all the way up to 4 foot and just being able to watch them take your jig in their mouth. Oh man, it was a blast. So I was hoping to get to do that again this year, but we'll see once we get out there and do more fishing. Said we haven't really got to do much fishing.
No.
Iowa, yes. Minnesota, no. So we've been out quite a bit in Iowa, but we just haven't been able to get nothing done up here. But now I think that's going to change.
Yep. It definitely will. Well, anyways, drop a comment below. if there's anything you'd like to see, any questions that you have. Otherwise, sooner than later, it'll be tight lines and ripping lips for sure.
It's coming. And then I said after this weekend, I'm expecting to see good things on Monday and Tuesday once that wind quits blowing and things start straightening out weather-wise, and the pressure might stabilize a little bit and get the fish really, really hungry. So
once that, I'll be busy Monday.
Yep.
Maybe make it up Tuesday, do an ice report, and then I'll be checking out for a little bit.
He can be a little busy on Wednesday.
Yeah. Wednesday morning, we're gonna find out if we're gonna have a new son or daughter.
We're gonna have another mini legend in the family. So
that we will.
So we pretty excited about that for these guys. Be pretty awesome. I'm hoping for Team Boy. I don't let us know. What do you think? But you know,
let us know. Put the comment bets down. We were just talking about that before we headed up here. Hannah was wondering, and Lucas asked, he's like, so is there a pot that we're betting on if it's a girl or a boy, or what's going on?
What do you think? You know, we really like Audrey, but I think I think she wants a brother. I think that
she does. She wants a brother, but she's been listening to Mom and Dad because she says as long as the baby's healthy.
Yeah, that's all the main thing. That's the main thing. But pretty excited about that. We're hoping to.
Oh yeah.
Hoping for good things there. Just healthy.
Definitely.
And I guess I'll be in charge of things for a week or two, so hopefully I can keep everything going. You know, I mean, fingers crossed I'll be all right, but we're pretty excited. We're pretty excited about that.
Yep. So, I guess we're probably going to sign off and see if we can get back home. As long as you see this video, we made it.
We made it. Yeah, that means we made her back, but you know, we didn't get a lot of snow, and the visibility's pretty good yet.
Yeah.
The snow's blowing and the roads are pretty clear, so.
That's the good thing about the snow is it's very dry because of how cold it is, so it's not sticking to a whole lot.
The further south you go, it may not be good in those areas. When they got the 8 to 10 inches of snow, I'm sure it's not. They're not doing much today.
No, not much at all. Yep. So we'll get this put up for you guys, and smash the subscribe button, give us a like, comment, let us know if you want to see anything different, have any questions. Maybe we'll schedule a live session this weekend or something, since it's going to be extra cold and windy.
It's going to be one of those days that you know, I want to go out fishing really bad, but then again I also like my warm couch and chair. I'm not a fair weather fisherman, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be -28 for the real feel, and that's cold.
That's tomorrow. Sunday, my phone anyways was telling me the real feel is going to be -40.
Oof.
So I mean,
you know, if it was hard shack season and I already had my ice shack out here and set up and everything, I'd get in there and turn the heat up and sit in there all day. But
go get snowed in on the lake.
But
might as well.
Boy, when you got to walk out and set everything up, and it's a little more. There's a lot more time in the cold this time of year when when you got the thinner ice. So
that -30 weather. You make sure you got all your skin covered because it won't take long.
Yeah, you're gonna. It didn't. I got my hands really cold in that first segment. It took a while to get my finger back to not hurting. I was a little nervous there, but that's the thing about these cold temps is you don't want to be outside any longer than you have to. Get that shack set up and get that heater rolling.
Yep, for sure. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you maybe Tuesday.